What's up, internet? So I'm vlogging about buying a phone. If you don't care about me and my life purchasing a phone, don't watch. So anyway, thanks for being here. Thanks subscribers, thanks likers, thanks people who pay attention to my stuff. I appreciate you. It's definitely desired and wanted and needed, for real. It's a cupcake crown held on with a rubber band. So, way better than buying the ones just for that, which I saved on a case. So, I did not buy the big 10,000 milliamp hour battery. I have those batteries as, let's see if I can find one easy. These things, I use these things. This is 10,000. It's rather heavy. Um, this one is only like 5,000. Uh, it's small. It's called the Light Elf, which I like. And I was gonna buy a case for it. I was like, why don't they sell a case? They don't sell accessories. It comes with one. It comes with a case and a screen protector already on it, right? So, like, it is kind of funny to think like people who buy those slick phones without a case or protector, like he just lives in a glass palace. Like, oh yes, I'll use this once and put it down. Nah. Yeah, it's like those like the ultra sleek hello. I just don't get it. I can't even pretend to get it. Rugged though, that's awesome. It's a rugged case. The reason I went with it rather than the other one is it's cheaper. Um, I saved like I think $90, and I don't like the display on the rear. That would be like such a cool style thing. Put something awesome on that image. Everyone can see anytime your phone is out your awesome cover image. That's kind of cool. But um, I didn't do that because the Light Elf has lights. It actually has a series of LEDs all the way up and down the bottom that can glow. And so, since I do a lit production, I figured it would be better for my craft. Yeah, I actually looked at it and I couldn't find any info that the other one had like a stable light. I think the other one had better night vision. This one has an underwater camera. So, yeah, definitely I had spent 1,100 on a Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra once. I never used the stylus a day. The protection plan didn't work. When it finally broke, it broke after like a year and a half. Um, the protection plan was no good. Basically, my phone was dead. They would give me a new refurbished one or something. Yeah, it's so weird they don't like just take the screen off. Take the screen off and put a new screen on. They can't for whatever reason. So yeah, that was disappointing. I still have it. So all that data is just in a wherever it is, but this one looks a lot better. The Light Elf, yeah. Comes with a protector, comes with a screen. Thanks. Um, yeah, I'm definitely in favor of it. Works on Verizon. So let's see what I have. It's kind of cool to get like a really powerful phone for $300. That's awesome. 32 gigabytes of RAM. Could play some games. See that? Like, I didn't buy it for games. I bought it because this phone lags. This phone lags when starting videos. And this phone, I can't close Amazon and open TikTok and have Amazon stay open. Amazon will be closed. So, yeah, I just had a refund of over like $1,100 for a scooter. So, I took 300 of that for a new phone. I think it came down with taxes to be like 320 something. Yeah, holographic money has no taxes, but I'm pretty excited about getting a new phone. It's got pretty good gigabyteage, double this. I have a big SD card, so I can put that in there. Um, and the whole back is lit, which I think is pretty cool. So it definitely fits the style I rock often. I had red ink all over this, and I hadn't even realized, and I wonder how many people thought I had a bloody ear. I have at times fronted like I was a murderer for personal protection. You know how people sing like rap songs, like I'll take you out. Um, for the most part, it works. Um, most people are afraid of that, but you'll be lonely. And so, like, I think better than because I obviously was lying about being a murderer. I don't actually kill people. I do what I want. Can you control others? No, that will drive you mad. And they hate that. And if you try to get in a control cycle with somebody, yes, someone's going to kill somebody. But I don't. So you want to do what you want to do, that's great. I can't control that. I'm going to go do what I want. Anyway, I do like Douget. It was started in Spain, which is interesting. And it was now it's a Chinese phone, but they're like each one of their phones are really cool. They have like this cutting edge thing, like their phone Fire. They have a Fire phone that sees infrared. They also have another phone like the other one has like really good night vision, which I might use. Infrared and night vision would be really good for a dude going camping. Going camping all the time, yeah, you should bring some. Have your old camera be able to see, but I don't often do that. Um, yeah, what would be cool is if you could have the camera, you could turn it, it's like both sides. There's like the screen right here. The one I didn't get has another screen right here. It'd be cool if you could like turn it around so the little screen is facing you and you could use like your other cameras and see what you're recording. That would be an awesome thing. But I personally find extra cameraed phones to be annoying. It would be really cool if there was like um, one camera lens and then like the lenses could change. One camera with different lenses, or maybe make camera attachments easy. Like maybe there's like a port on the shoulders where you can put stuff up there. Yeah, this road. You can't, it's really hard to get outside of traffic and plane noises. I've gone pretty deep woods. There's a few places I know where it actually is quiet, but most of the time it's like it's not gonna be quiet. It's gonna be really loud. Um, yeah, but I'm super excited about having a new phone. I bought this one when my other one broke in like November, for $100. So, uh, it's okay. This $300 one is gonna be a game changer. It's a lot faster, and the Douget is like Motorola and Samsung are overpriced for what they sell. They're way overpriced. I think with the iPhone. Douget is unheard of. I don't know anyone who uses it, but all their reviews are like 5 stars. They don't. That's the problem is they don't advertise enough. Do you know how many advertisements you have to buy to talk to everybody? A lot. It looks like Elon's meme phone, but it's not. Douget is not Elon's phone. It's not. It comes from again. It was founded in Spain, which is interesting because they have a monarch, Spanish monarch, and it somehow went to China. So either China bought it. But yeah, they have some really cool designs. I got the Light Elf. It's the thinnest one they sell that's rugged, which I don't really care about, but I like it because the whole back is lit up and it's a little cheaper. So yeah, $300. Some people are so rich, man, and be like, oh, this brand new expensive Samsung phone, I'm gonna break it. Yeah, that's fine. I've got another one. It's like, wow. But my problem with that is that it takes so much work to design, produce. There's so many people whose whole lives are occupied with creating phones that if you're like, yeah, I have 10 for nothing, I'm just popular like that. That to me is like violation, kind of. I don't feel bad taking with like I have a phone. I haven't made any phones, but I work really hard against like the genital mutilation of kids, and I work on future tech and stuff like that. So um, I don't really feel bad for taking sometimes because that helps me do that. You know, I can put on more shows if my camera picks up. Oh, these crayons are awesome. These these are exceptional. I've been looking for an all black because this is a Crayola. Is this Crayola? Who makes this? AP. That's the same company. Is that the company? They call it a crayon. Dang my! I had onion and garlic earlier, and it's on my hands and got in my eyes. So, is this a Crayola packet? They call it a crayon. I don't know if crayon is a protected word. You have to let me know if this is a Crayola company. Um, because they work and they're really cheap. Like, you want to get just black crayons, you have to get the whole box. And I asked for that, and I didn't see it. I used to search for like jumbo black crayons. None. You gotta buy them in the box. They didn't sell them individually, but these are huge. These are like 5 inches. So, um, I asked for a 6 inch version. See if they do it. But yeah, and they're like all black. So I bought 3 boxes on the way. But yeah, I've got the Light Elf on the way. Duget Light Elf. Hopefully, the all the LEDs are really bright, and maybe I can do colors. Like I've got these. These are colors. I love them. I absolutely do love them. I wish these ears did more colors. Old guy. Yeah. I have my light. Like this is naturally me. I'm pretty. But over here, it's like, oh, who cares? Nobody's perfect. Yeah. I'm really like. What's funny is that that's $100 more expensive than getting my Samsung replaced. So go back to a Galaxy S23 Ultra or get a Duget Light Elf. I think it's good. People love it. People love it. Nobody's really complaining about it. Most people absolutely love the Light Elf. I think it's really cool. Or all of them. Every single Doge phone they love. Dogecoin. I lost money on Dogecoin because I invested in Dogecoin. I didn't invest in Dogecoin when Elon tipped it. I invested in Dogecoin when he was doing SNL, which was the peak. It went up to like over $5. Since then, I've got in on Pepe. I have 1,000,000 Pepe. Um, got in on. See, I'm not closeted about finances because to me, you can't see what's going on if people don't share their financial situations. Um, I'd rather know, like, that's why I got into holographic. I'll give you, most people, like, I worked, right? I worked and like, it's sad people are being paid per hour. It's like, you should be paid per every item you stock. Can't you add one holographic dollar per item? Then the person can be there as long as they need to be paid and then go. And then people who want to stay can make bank. Because how many people does it touch? There's the cost, manufacturer, shipping. So let's say shipping touches 8 people. Let's say cost is whatever it is, and then the work. You're still looking for like, uh, you know, 10 to 20 holographic dollars per item. And I think that's a lot. I think that you should really think about things like, do we need a plastic bottle? You can have like a water refill service. But yeah, it was awesome. I was looking for Doge like phone protectors, and I was like, they don't have any. Can I trust this? And I found out it comes with the phone protector. Duh. So They're allegedly waterproof and drop proof. You can drop them and it won't get hurt. Yeah, my poor Samsung Galaxy. It used to get dropped a lot when I was living in the woods, but the woods are fine. Oh, it fell on a thing of pine needles. Doesn't do shit. Yeah, I've been pretty lucky about massive forest fires. I haven't had to live through any. I don't think I've been stuck in the snow before. That sucked ass. Um, yeah, if you're stuck in the snow, the way to get out is you want to shovel forward and then you want to shovel back. And, jeez, that was so much work. That was awful. Um, yeah, you want to shovel forward and then you want to shovel back. And then, that sucks. Get a rock going. Yeah, you want to go forward and then go in reverse and then go forward and then try to get out. But anyway, flying vehicles maybe one day soon. Anti-gravity would be the best thing. This object creates an energy field. This object will just naturally push against the planet like iron. You know how there's iron? There's iron everywhere. If you had something that pushed against iron bodies, you don't need anti-gravity, you just need an iron repellent. So aliens told me that. They said that iron's a lot better than people think it is. So it's like iron is like, oh, that was the Iron Age. We got past that. No, iron's still a big deal. Um, Same with like aluminum's interesting. All the metals are so cool. You see the sun, make the dirt hot like the sun. Yeah. It's kind of like, it's kind of deep, but also causeless too. It just kind of is how it is. So, but yeah, I'm super excited about my new phone, the Light Elf. So, the other ones had bigger batteries. This is heavy. This thing. Can you imagine this plus a phone? This plus a phone. This thing is huge. Super heavy. Yeah, probably better off getting the 5000. I do appreciate the Doogee. I might be a loyalist now because I like that all their phones have different stuff going on, like the night vision versus the infrared. Um, the Light Elf is their thinnest, but it's covered with lights. That's cool. That is cool. Whoever's making their stuff has like a creative vision. He's not like sleek. Is this okay? Like iPhone is the worst. It's like I want something that makes no statements, and that's a statement. And it's like, oh, that's cool for some people. Not cool for me. I didn't like that. Thanks, cars. So yeah. They hear me. I got people out there playing music sometimes. Sometimes people have seen like that time Logan Paul showed up. I don't know if it was Logan or his lookalike, but I had a flat. I didn't have a flat. My battery went dead, and I posted a video going, "Dang, I drained my battery." I said I prayed for help, and I told people when my alarm was going off and that I would look for a jump. And my alarm went off and I went out and I was walking down the road and right then someone was driving up and he was like 6'3", 6'4", tall. Looked like could have been Logan. I asked what his name was. He said Michael, or he goes, "You wouldn't believe me." Yeah, it's Michael Angel, right? But when he was driving up to jump my car, I found a gun on the ground. Like no shit, there was a gun. So I picked that up and played with it like a cowboy. Yeah. I to this day don't know if it was really him. His look-alike. Maybe it really was a dude named Michael who just happened to look like Logan Paul. But after that, I gave Logan some advice. I was like, um, I don't remember if I talked him into doing WWE, but he was insane. He did like this forward front flip. Oh, dude, that was so cool. Yeah, people have noticed what I've said. I've said things that were really like low key, but people like picked them out and knew I said them, which was cool. And I became critical of circumcision because it's like if you could stop the people who are cutting off baby D's, you could find and disrupt the real power structure of Earth, which is basically like, you know how the cows are in cages for slaughter? There's a race of people who just use your girls like sex toys. All the women are theirs. I have a harem because I'm so rich, that sort of thing. And they don't say hi to you because they could die. They know they've made victims out of everyone, and so they don't like say who they are to you. And so I think that the taxes would go away. I think that the laws would go away. I think that a lot of persistent problems that happen over and over would be gone if the people who circumcised us get caught. And so I basically like left. I used to be funny. I used to be funny. And then I realized I was the joke, right? So, I'm not funny anymore. Very rarely tell jokes. It's funny like when I'm talking about Andy Cirque, I feel like I'm joking, but I'm not. I'm like super serious. So, anyway. Yep, I have a new phone coming. I don't care, it's Chinese made. They look awesome. The light phone. Yeah. Every one of their phones has like its own unique feature. It's a little like iBuyPower, Asus type stuff. Reminds me of that, but people say they're really quality. People mention like it gets signal strength better, which would be really cool if it internally has a really good radio receiver, whatever it is. The waves, the alternative other waves outside the visual spectrum, which is fascinating subject. I think I remember looking at the stars as a kid and seeing like all this extra light, like light in bands that aren't really expressed. And at some point that stops. It's like when love goes away, or when you learn there's a speed of light, or you learn that you only see in the visual spectrum. Seeing colors, science doesn't tell you you can see. Would people be grossly uneducated without education? Or is education there to carefully control who people become? It's not Big Brother, it's Daddy Dom. So, I've said I'm not a man. Not really. I mean, like, the real men of Earth basically just have as many girls as they could ever want. And so you don't rebel. You think you're going to heaven with Jesus. So, it'll change when you notice and care. I noticed and I care. So, I do a lot against it. Dogs. He's neutered too. Here. It's sad. I can't believe the creator made a universe with winners and losers. The infinite one made people fight over the limited stuff. Well, thanks, dude. What a jerk. Anyway, glad to have my new phone coming. If it's better than the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, because those are still expensive. They're like 600-700 bucks now. Still, that's overpriced. That's name brand recognition. Who's heard of Douche? I don't even know how to say it. I think it's like Doge. It's like supposed to be Doge, which is really cutesy. But yeah, they look smart. They look like a smart maker. Way better than Apple. Apple's like, how can we make. Apple is like minimalism, but really, right? Which I'm not into sometimes. If I was a minimalist, I would have released one production and then privately pumped it to look famous. Like make one speed painting video and then boost that so everyone sees it. Instead, I just do like as many as I can creatively come up with. Because maybe I'll die one day. Maybe I'll die one day. That's a change of speaking, right? Not saying I will die one day, saying maybe I'll die one day. The people who get the bodies that live forever are lucky. Being circumcised, I'm pretty likely to just accept death. If there's no soul, what did I lose? And if there is a soul, I can try again. Maybe working, maybe giving the eternal pleasure body away to people will get me one. Because in my view of things, the people who told you to get circumcised asked you to suffer. And in their view, they're going to manifest more of how they feel. So if everyone feels bad and they feel really good, they've won. They'll keep getting more. That's why in the Buddhism they go like, when you go to heaven for a quintillion years. Because that's who they are. That's who's writing the book. And when you go to hell for a quintillion years because they want you to come back as their slave over and over. So, is that deep? Is that the meaning of life? Did the creator furnish that as like a really deep statement about something, or is that just monkey chaos? See, taking the religions out of divinity and into monkey chaos was key. It's just ooh ah, advanced ooh ah. Ooh ah ahs can't tell it's ooh ah. They think it's real. They're like, oh, the creator said. Nah. It's not like they circumcise you if you trust them. They'll circumcise you first and then lie to you so you get over it. And it's like, it sucks. If the real creator didn't care, what does that say? The animals all eat each other. The Bible threatens people who get carnal knowledge because you'll know it's nobody really cares. It's like, how could Doge take the Department of Education and the foreign aid? It's because they're weak. They obey the rules. Elon doesn't obey the rules. Yeah, take it. Go steal their building, knock it over. Do you think Donald would hire people to beat someone up? So, as soon as you start doing actions of violence with your body, you escalate. So, I've gotten away with a lot of crazy stuff. Yeah, I'm not on the side of the Department of Education, and I can see where Elon is coming from because his son, now daughter, got transied. They're just doing experiments on kids. It's a monkey hoax. How is this person going to be happy switching genders? Well, the people who hate traditional breeders love it because it'll ruin their heads. It'll make them crazy. Yeah, they get trans off on it. You want people to be themselves. You want them to be able to express who they are. That sounds great, but what you're talking about is the genital mutilation of kids and like taking strange chemicals to force your biology to be different. It's pretty nuts. I can imagine doing it sometimes as an experiment. Like this person wants to do that. They don't want to do anything else with their life. They're sure of it. Yeah, you know. A kid got talked into it because it was talked about in school. That's nuts. I'm glad I like who I am. You don't think you won't be pretty if you're a boy and you want to be a girl to be pretty, don't. Stay a boy. You're gonna like it when all the pretty girls like you. So if they can, if there's not hormone blockers. If they would say God said cut pieces off your kid, they would certainly poison you with things that made traditional attraction methods impossible. Hey, once you start doing weird shit, all sorts of weird shit, blood magic and all that, once you go down that path, anything is possible, man. Any old diabolical thing. So, this is a sensational deal. I love it. But yeah, Light Elf. Pretty excited. Yeah, try douche. Let me know what you think.